Hey everyone, Marco here, the Bob Ross of ESO. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Today's build is designed to drive those sweaty PvPers absolutely nuts. First, let me say, I'm not a PvPer. Never liked that part of the game. I like helping other players, not killing them. That being said, look at my character go. Tommy Bombadil is his name, and I'm ending up first or second in points nearly every time I enter the Battlegrounds. And it's not my skill or my dexterity, it's this build. I call it the Battlegrounds Troll. Now let's face it, PvP in ESO has never been great. The devs seem utterly clueless about this facet of MMOs in general. With the latest Battlegrounds update, ZOS has somehow made it even worse than it used to be, thanks to the glaringly obvious balance issues when it forms those random groups. For those of us who witnessed the first Battlegrounds Brawl, hosted by Bethesda/ZOS, and featuring a lead combat designer, it was such a dumpster fire that ZOS deleted the VOD from their Twitch channel. Now, to be fair to the wayward dev, just because you can build a race car doesn't mean you can drive one. The real mistake ZOS made was not hiring a broadcaster for play-by-play and witty banter. Instead, we got long, awkward stretches of silence, only broken up by Brian dying. Repeatedly. It was an embarrassment. Jessica couldn't hit the delete button fast enough. So if the devs can't even play their own game, what's a normal player like you supposed to do? ZOS clearly wants us involved in PvP. It shows up in the daily endeavors and golden pursuits, but most casual players lack the energy or the inclination to really dive in. Plus, nobody wants to get screamed at by the sweaty tryhards who live in Cyrodiil. Well, this build is the solution. It's designed to let you have fun in Battlegrounds, even if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Now, before I dive into the details, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and maybe leave me a comment. It really does help out. Alright, let's get into this one-bar Battlegrounds PvP build. This is a Stam-Warden Build. You can be any race, but I chose Orc for the health and stamina passives. They're super helpful, but honestly, any race is going to work for you. Attributes. I put 34 points into stamina and 30 points into health. That gives us 43k max health and 1700 health recovery with 30k physical resistance and 24k max stamina. The Mundus Stone. We're using the Lord for a bonus of 2300 max health. For food, Dubious Camoran Throne for max stam and health and stam recovery. Tri-stats for our potion. To the gear sets. ESO has plenty of defensive sets to choose from, and I tested a lot of different combinations for this build. I landed on two sets that have great bonuses for blocking, which we're going to be doing like crazy. Cyrodiil's Crest is a phenomenal PvP set. It comes from the boxes that you buy with alliance points from the Velastris Quartermaster. 2 items give stamina recovery, 3 and 4 items adds health, and the 5th piece does this. When you block, heal for 9200. And that can occur every 4 seconds, so obviously a lifesaver. Now I'm also using the Oakensoul Mythic Ring for the dozen buffs that it gives, including protection, mending, and endurance. Now the other 5-piece set is Resilient Yokita, also known as Defending Warrior. This set drops in the Easy Trial Etherean Archive. It's a favorite tank set. 2 and 3 items add armor, 4 items adds health, and the 5th item in the set does this. When you block, hint hint, you deal 3300 magic damage to all enemies within 10 meters, and you heal for 120% of the damage that you do. Now this can occur every 5 seconds. So you see how these two block sets can complement one another and make you very tanky and hard to kill. All the body pieces have the Sturdy trait, which reduces the cost to block by 4% each. I've put either stamina or health enchants on every single piece. The jewelry, I went with healthy, with health recovery enchants. This build is a sword and board, so the one-handed weapon has a precise trait and the life drain enchantment, which also restores our health. And the shield has a sturdy trait with a health enchant. Now you can mix and match these enchants and traits depending on which pieces you manage to get. For instance, I'm still using an axe when I'd prefer a one-handed sword, but you get what you get. Now I know some of you will have trouble getting a hold of these sets. One is a PvP set and the other is a trial set, so take your time. Here are a few of the other sets that I played around with. Fortified Brass, which is good, Plague Doctor, which I like a lot, Leeching Ward, which is interesting, and Mark of the Pariah. Try those until you have all of my top sets for this. Let's move on to the skills. Your main skill is block, so have that button hotkeyed somewhere close and ready. The first two slotted skills are from the One Hand and Shield line. Shielded Assault rushes an enemy and rams them, dealing 3,600 damage and stunning them for 3 seconds. The stun is the really important factor in this. It gives your teammates the opportunity to kill that player. We gain a damage shield after the attack, absorbing 12,000 damage for 6 seconds. Skill number 2 is Power Slam. Now this strikes an enemy with your shield, causing 7,000 damage. Blocking and attacking also grants resentment, which reduces the cost of the next Power Slam by half if you cast it within 10 seconds. Those are the only offensive skills that we have on our bar. Skill number 3 is Enchanted Growth from the Green Balance line. It heals us or our teammates for 8,000 and gives some magic and stam recovery. Skill number 4 is Lotus Blossom from the same line. This makes both light and heavy attacks heal us for 57 seconds. Heavy attacks restore almost 5,000 health. Skill number 5 is Polar Wind from Winter's Embrace. This gives us an instant heal of 14,000 plus another 3,400 heal every 2 seconds for 10 seconds total. For the ultimate, I've tried a bunch of options. It's kind of a flex spot. I finally went with Barrier from the Alliance War support line. This gives us and our group members a protective ward that absorbs 31,000 damage for 30 seconds, and that's helpful in Battlegrounds. For passives, grab all your one-hand and shield spots, all of your racials, and all of your Green Balance line passives. We also want all of our heavy armor passives. Champion points are disabled in Battlegrounds, so they don't matter, but I'm going to scroll some suggestions in case you want to take this guy out in Cyrodiil or Imperial City. He'd make a great tune for fishing in PvP areas and for doing the dailies in PvP cities. Basically, enemies will find you, they'll try to kill you, you block for a while, and then the sweaty boys give up and go look for someone easier to gank. Now don't get me wrong with this, you will get killed, but it won't be instant, and in many cases it'll take the whole enemy team to get you down. We're a tanky, trolly, healer with almost no offensive power, but we live to see another day more often than not. Maybe Brian Wheeler should use one of these builds. As always, I'm Marco. Have fun trolling the sweaty boys in PvP. Murder other players in the kindest way possible, and keep exploring.